Ever pondered how we express ourselves without the use of words or numbers? It's an intriguing thought, isn't it? Let's delve into the universal languages of mathematics and music. Mathematics, the language of the universe, transcends all cultural barriers. Its consistent principles apply globally, a truth that remains unaltered regardless of your geographical location. Whether you're in the bustling streets of Tokyo or the towering skyscrapers of New York, the sum of 1 + 1 always equals 2. This unchanging truth, the mathematical constant, binds us all together regardless of our native tongues. Now let's shift our focus to another universal language, music. Unlike math, music doesn't rely on logical operations or strict rules. Instead, it communicates through melody, rhythm, and harmony, stirring emotions and evoking feelings. It's a language that doesn't need words to be understood. A triumphant symphony or a melancholic ballad can resonate with listeners worldwide, regardless of their spoken language, cultural background, or personal beliefs. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself moved by a song in a language you didn't understand? That's the beauty of music. It reaches directly to our hearts, bypassing the need for verbal understanding. It's an art form that, much like math, transcends cultural boundaries and unites us in a shared human experience. So, while we may express ourselves differently through our spoken languages, there are some things that remain consistent across cultures. Math, with its universal principles, and music, with its emotional resonance, serve as bridges, connecting us across continents and cultures. They remind us that despite our differences, there's a common thread that binds us all. While words may vary across cultures, the language of math and music remains consistent and universally understood. Whether it's the logic of equations or the harmony of melodies, these languages bring us together as a global community, reminding us of our shared humanity. Back in the 19th century, a unique form of communication emerged: Morse code. This ingenious system, conceived by Samuel Morse, revolutionized long-distance communication with its simple, efficient structure. Morse code uses a series of dots and dashes to encode text, a method that proved to be particularly effective for transmitting messages over vast distances. In our technologically advanced world, you might think Morse code would be obsolete. Yet, it maintains its place, particularly in niche areas like amateur radio and emergencies. It's a testament to the resilience and versatility of this coding system, that it can still hold its ground in the face of rapid technological advancement. It's worth noting, however, that Morse code isn't without its limitations. It requires skilled operators, and its bandwidth is limited, making it less suitable for complex messages. Despite its limitations, Morse code continues to find use in specific contexts, demonstrating its historical and practical significance. Not all communication systems are meant for everyone, but for those who need them, they're indispensable. In the world of communication, some systems are specifically designed to cater to particular communities or situations. Take Braille, for instance. This tactile reading system was developed for the visually impaired, enabling them to read and write through touch. Braille's strength lies in its ability to empower visually impaired individuals by providing them with a means of literate communication. However, it does come with a significant learning curve for sighted individuals, and its application for widespread public communication is limited. On the other hand, we have the American Sign Language, or ASL, which is a complete and complex language that employs signs made by moving the hands, combined with facial expressions and postures of the body. It serves as a visual gestural communication system for the deaf community. ASL is a lifeline for those who rely on it, but it requires learning specific gestures and isn't universally understood. Then there's semaphore code, a system of visual signaling, typically with flags held in each hand. It's an effective method for long-distance communication, but is limited by line of sight and weather conditions. Despite these limits, semaphore code has proven valuable in situations where other means of communication are not possible. Each of these systems, Braille, ASL, and semaphore code, has been developed with a specific purpose and audience in mind. They may not be universally applicable, but they serve crucial roles in their respective communities. So, while they may have their limitations, these niche communication systems are indispensable to those who rely on them. They highlight the fact that communication isn't one size fits all. Different communities have different needs, and these systems are designed to cater to those specific needs, ensuring that no one is left out when it comes to communication. In the end, these systems, while not universally applicable, serve crucial roles in specific communities, proving that communication isn't one size fits all. In the digital age, even our machines have their own languages. The world we live in today is heavily dependent on digital communication, and at the heart of this system lies the binary code. Binary code is essentially the mother tongue of computers, a language of zeros and ones that forms the basis of all digital information. Imagine the binary code as the alphabet of computers. Just as we combine letters to form words and sentences, computers combine these zeros and ones to process and transmit information. However, unlike human languages, binary code isn't exactly user-friendly. It's like a secret handshake between machines, leaving us humans to grapple with long strings of digits that, at first glance, might seem completely nonsensical. But fear not, for there is a bridge that connects the human readable world with the binary world, the hexadecimal code. Hexadecimal code is a shorthand for binary, making it easier for us to read and write. It's like the Cliff's Notes version of a novel, providing a compact representation of binary data. In the realm of programming, hexadecimal code is a common sight. Programmers use it to manipulate data in ways that would be much more complex in binary. Think of it as a translator, bridging the gap between human programmers and the digital language of computers. However, like any other language, hexadecimal code can be challenging to those unfamiliar with its syntax and structure. It's not something you'd casually pick up over a weekend, but for those who dare to venture into the world of coding and programming, it's an essential tool in the toolkit. We live in a world where our everyday lives are intertwined with digital technology. Our smartphones, our computers, even our kitchen appliances, they all speak the language of binary and hexadecimal codes. While they may seem alien to many, binary and hexadecimal codes form the backbone of our digital world. In our day-to-day lives, we're surrounded by hidden messages that machines read and understand. These messages come in the form of barcodes and QR codes, two modern communication systems that have revolutionized retail, logistics, and various other applications. Imagine walking into a store. Each item on the shelf has its unique identifier, a barcode. This simple system of lines and spaces is efficient and precise. It allows for quick identification and pricing at the checkout counter, inventory management, and tracking of sales data. However, barcodes are not without their limitations. They have a limited data capacity and can become unreadable if damaged or poorly printed. Now consider the QR code, a two-dimensional barcode that can be scanned using a smartphone. Compact, yet capable of storing a significant amount of data, QR codes can hold information ranging from website URLs to personal contact details. They've become increasingly popular for their convenience and versatility. However, they do require a device to interpret them, which may not always be available or suitable in all contexts. But remember, these systems are not just about convenience, they're about communication. They're languages that allow us to interact with machines, to encode and decode information quickly and accurately, whether it's a barcode scanning at a supermarket checkout or a QR code linking you to a website. These are conversations happening in the blink of an eye. In essence, barcodes and QR codes are modern-day hieroglyphics, a language that machines understand. They're an integral part of our world, facilitating efficient and rapid communication between us and the devices that help run our lives. So, next time you see a barcode or QR code, remember, you're looking at a language that speaks volumes in the blink of a scanner. From math to music, Morse code to machine language, we've journeyed across the spectrum of communication. We've seen how math and music, in their universal nature, bridge the gaps between cultures. Morse code, with its simple yet efficient system, has proven its worth in long-distance communication and emergencies. Our journey also took us through niche systems like semaphore code, Braille, and ASL, each catering to specific needs and communities, yet limited by their unique constraints. We delved into the world of computers, exploring the binary and hexadecimal codes that form the backbone of our digital lives, albeit not being human-friendly. And we touched upon modern systems like barcodes and QR codes, revolutionizing retail and logistics with their efficiency, yet not immune to limitations. In the end, the effectiveness of a communication system depends on its purpose and audience. So keep exploring, and who knows what new languages you might discover.